Shaquille O'Neal was an amazing basketball player. He is an excellent businessman. Nah, he wasn't that good a rapper. But he may be a nice guy, but what he is not is a guy who stands up for black people. Watch this clip where Shaq throws Kyrie Irving all the way under the bus.
Some people are conscious, some people are not. I can tell he's not conscious. He doesn't really care what's going on. But us, I know that the game that we used to love and we promote, it brings people together. And it hurts me sometimes when we have to sit up here to talk about stuff that divides the game. Now we got to answer for what this idiot has done.
Shaq is hurt, y'all. He's hurt that he has to discuss this because it's going to divide the people that watch the game that he promotes. What the hell is he talking about? I'm Shaq. I bring people together. That's my job. Make as much money as possible bringing people together. If I bring people together, and make sure that people are put together so they can put money in Shaq's account. Shaq, some things are bigger than money. It's amazing that a grown-ass man like you, Shaq, has to be taught that by Kyrie Irving. What's Kyrie Irving? 30 years old? Well, Kyrie Irving is dropping knowledge on you. He's trying to show you that everything ain't about money, brother. Some things are bigger than the Shaq brand. Some things are more important than if Shaq gonna make money and if everybody gonna be happy. I want everybody to report together. I want to make everybody feel good. Sometimes people gotta feel not so good. Especially when it comes to getting justice for black people, because for black people to get justice, for black people to get their respect, some people gonna have to learn to shut the fuck up. Sometimes they may even have to learn that they're gonna have to be uncomfortable sometimes, Shaq. That's what getting justice for marginalized people is. That's what it's called, getting our shit right. Some people might have to back up to give you space, Shaq. And another thing, Shaq, back when Papa John's, I'm gonna go there, back when Papa John's CEO was being skewered because he used the N-word, he brought you in to do what, Shaq? Distract from the shitty racist comments? You had no problems working with him. No problems being attached to him. No problems because it was money. Back to the money with you, Shaq. So Kyrie Irving didn't take no money out your pocket. He also didn't put no money in your pocket. Is that why you're throwing him under the bus? Because you can't be about ethics. Because if you were riding for black people, would you be working with Papa John's, dude? Would you be co-signing, working with, affiliating your brand with a white dude who like calling niggas? No, you probably wouldn't. But the price was right. The money was right. See, folks, what I'm talking about with Shaq, and I don't know why I wasn't on this earlier, Shaq has a pattern of saying, black people, I don't care about you. I'm going to get this bag. Shaq has a pattern of throwing black people under the bus. Shaq has a pattern of supporting black issues and make sure he take care of Shaq, because it's all about Shaq. See, Shaq throwing Kyrie Irving under the bus is not a new thing. It's not a one-off. He did the same thing with Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, remember that? Shaq was the one calling into radio stations, shitting on Colin Kaepernick taking a knee during the Pledge of Allegiance. Not during the game, whistle hasn't blown. He wasn't stopping the action. Bringing people together. I'm about bringing people together. Bringing people together. He doesn't care. It's more, he didn't care that there were black people getting killed in the streets by cops. He didn't care that this police brutality, they were 3 times more likely to be killed by cops than white guys. He didn't care about that. What he cared about was everybody got to be happy. Why you got to talk about this? Why are you talking about this now? You don't need to talk about it. You don't got to talk about it. Don't discuss it. Here goes, and just to show you how bad it was, Shaq went on Fox News. Fox News!
You have to enter onto the scene one way. People like Muhammad Ali and Bill Russell, they were one way their whole career. You can't show us something and then go to another just because of, certain issues. Again, I'm aware of all the issues, but, my question is, How come you didn't do it last year? Or how come you didn't do it when you first entered the NFL? Again, I don't know, Colin. To each his own. He has his, it's his, constitutional right to do that, but I would never do that.
Once again, here goes Shaq having a problem with black people being stood up for, or people standing up for black people, or black issues. Here comes Shaq rolling in to play peacekeeper. Yeah, come on, y'all. Why y'all gotta be making trouble? Why you making trouble? Why can't you just be happy? Be happy. Watch your Shaq make money. Be happy. Shaq got movie theaters. Be happy. Shaq got shoes. Be happy. Shaq got money. You ain't got money, but that's okay. You dying in the cars. You dying driving while black. You dying breathing while black. You dying shopping while black. Sleeping while black. That's not important. What's important is that Shaq get the money. Shaq make all the money. Shaq do well. I love Shaq. Once again, this is not a one-off. This is a pattern of Shaq saying, who cares about what black people need? Let's worry about business. Let's keep the money coming in. Once again, here we go. Remember Shaq's comments about Breonna Taylor.
Comments about the Breonna Taylor case.
And I feel just bad the young lady lost her life. But, we do have to take into account that her boyfriend did shoot at the cops and shot a cop.
O'Neill agreeing with Barkley and arguing that while no-knock warrants should be abolished, the officers were simply following orders.
A homicide occurred, and we're sorry that a homicide had to occur, but when you have a warrant that's signed by the judge, you are doing your job. And if somebody fires at you, I would imagine that you would fire back.
It's unfortunate the beautiful woman lost her life. Oh, it's unfortunate? That's what we call murder. Unfortunate. That's what we call a woman killed in the privacy of her own home. Unfortunate. Homicide. I know that's a technical definition for when someone's life is taken. Because it's suicide, accidents, and homicides. But it just sounded like you weren't really giving the police the credit they deserve. Like you kind of wanted to defend the police, and you did defend the police. We gotta look at how the cops, they did what they had to do. They just doing their job. Maybe you shouldn't be so black. You should live in a bad neighborhood. That's your fault. Cops risk their life coming into your bad neighborhood and risking their life in your neighborhood to shoot you. Shaq has a condition. It's called throw black people under the bus-itis. Yeah. And be careful because it's contagious. The symptoms are agreeing with Shaq. Pretending that Shaq selling shoes makes it okay for Shaq to throw black people under the bus. Another symptom is defending Shaq's bullshit. All because he's successful. We gotta stop defending celebrities, athletes, icons, political figures. If they're not taking care of us and defending us, why the hell should we defend them? Fuck that. Stop it. Shaq talks as if Breonna Taylor brought this on herself. But we all know now that the cops not only didn't have a right to be in her home, they didn't have a right to get the warrant. The warrant was obtained fraudulently.
I spoke with the family of Breonna Taylor. This morning, they were informed that the Justice Department has charged 4 current and former Louisville Metro Police Department officers with federal crimes related to Ms. Taylor's death. Those alleged crimes include civil rights offenses, unlawful conspiracies, unconstitutional use of force, and obstruction offenses. The 4 defendants were charged through 2 separate indictments and 1 information. The federal charges announced today allege that members of the Place-Based Investigations Unit falsified the affidavit used to obtain the search warrant of Ms. Taylor's home, that this act violated federal civil rights laws, and that those violations resulted in Ms. Taylor's death. Specifically, we allege that Ms. Taylor's Fourth Amendment rights were violated when defendants Joshua Janes, Kyle Meany, and Kelly Goodlatte sought a warrant to search Ms. Taylor's home knowing that the officers lacked probable cause for the search.
It all came out that the whole situation with the law enforcement with Breonna Taylor was shady as hell. I don't know, because I've been busy covering black issues. Did Shaquille O'Neal come out and apologize for shitting all over Breonna Taylor and making it seem like her death was her own fault? I don't know. I'm just wondering. Because maybe I missed it. With Shaq and his buddy Chuck, me and my buddy Chuck, me and Charles, we got together and we apologized for being sellouts. Yeah, I don't think I missed it. I think he never did. Once again, I'm not saying cancel Shaq. I'm saying hold Shaq's ass accountable for being Shaq. Stop Shaqtin a coon, Shaq. Stop Shaqtin a sellout, Shaq. Stand for us sometime, Shaq. Some of the damn time. Once in a while. I'm not saying everything black people do. I'm not saying that everything that black people do is you have to agree with the Shaq. But you ain't got to lean into throwing black people under the bus every time black people raise issues. Every time there's an issue, it seems like you go the other way. It's consistency. It's a pattern. I've given you 3 different scenarios where, when given an opportunity, Shaq could have shut the fuck up. He didn't have to go on Fox News and throw Colin Kaepernick under the bus. He didn't have to make this comment about Breonna Taylor. And he also didn't have to throw Kyrie Irving under the bus and be like he should be suspended. Him and Chuck. He didn't have to do that. These are choices Shaq made. Let's make sure Shaq starts making other choices. Kyrie Irving has lost $2.2 million. With his suspension of 5 days, at least 5 days, it'll be about $2 million. If it goes longer, it'll be more than $2 million. Kyrie's also lost a shoe deal, or it's been suspended, a shoe deal with Nike that's going to cost Kyrie Irving well over $2 million. So what I'm saying is, Kyrie Irving is paying a high price for ethics. What price has Shaq paid standing up for anybody other than Shaq? Shaq stands up for conservative white folks and the police. Over the last 25 years, that's all Shaq has done. And made sure our little problems in the black community don't get in the way of his bag. That's really what Shaq is on. At some point, man, if we want to empower ourselves, we got to make sure we put people over profit. We got to put motivation over money. We got to put integrity over invoices. And put our youth over ourselves. Or put our youth over yourself. That's the only way we're going to get to where we need to get to. That's the only way we're going to start seeing more progress within our black communities and holding our politicians, celebrities, icons, athletes, whatever you want to call them, holding them accountable and demanding that they ride for us. And if you're not going to ride, shh. Don't talk down on us. Don't shit on us. Don't throw us under the bus. That's not too much to ask for. Without us tuning in to Shaq, without us buying merchandise, buying the shoes, shopping at the movie theater. And by the way, Shaq, the internet informed me that this movie that you said is so bad that Kyrie Irving should be suspended from sharing a link to it. I saw on the internet, now correct me if I'm wrong, but it looked like it played in one of your movie theaters in New Jersey. Let me try that again. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shaq, but I saw on the internet that people that researched that this movie that's on Amazon, the same movie that Kyrie Irving shared, that the media has blown up into this big thing. You showed, or that movie played in your movie theater. And I'm not calling for you to be suspended from TNT. I'm not calling for you to have your businesses boycotted, for you to lose $2.2 million, but I'm calling for you to shut the fuck up and stop being a hypocrite. Because I'm not going to hold you responsible for a movie that may or may not have played on your movie theater or in your movie theater that has some elements in it that may be a little bit less than accurate or maybe a little bit controversial or very controversial to certain groups of people. How about you respect us the way you respect the Jewish community? How about you respect us the way that you respect cops, Shaq? How about you do that? It's about time that we start standing up to celebrities, that we call them out when they're on that bullshit. We stop falling for them. We stop riding with them just because they got money, just because they're successful. Because a lot of times, the success that they enjoy is at our expense. And I don't just mean by our money. Sometimes it's about our survival, about our pride, our integrity, our very existence. Some people are willing to sacrifice it if the bag is big enough. We got to push back on that. We got to make it unpopular to accept money over our lives. Become a member of the Tim Black Show. And remember, don't fall for the okie doke.